And welcome back, ladies and gents. Oh my goodness gracious. You know what? I gotta tell you, it is great, great, great listening to that music. It's just too freaking good. And let's hop on over video. Hello and welcome, everybody. We're going to game number 2. It is Veggies facing off against Whreck while whistling, and we're actually already into the game, so I'm just going to hit that little button there. Because you want to see that. You don't want to see me. Dota is infinitely better, I promise you, as we are into the game number 2. And Whreck while whistling has decided to take the Warlock for themselves. Meanwhile, over on the other side, a ban of the Ember as well as the Lone Druid. No great surprise there, considering like how good these heroes are and how much they've been prioritized consistently in pretty much every match that we've been watching. I don't know. Those heroes to me have felt like standout ones. Obviously, Coddle, another big guy. They decided to ban them out himself, Whreck while whistling, not wanting to play it themselves. They, give it away, and it's not really that big of a deal. So, good stuff there. By the way, I'm just gonna throw this out there. Everybody's saying I'm a bandwagon fan in chat. I'm gonna pull this back up. I was born in Oakland, everybody. Okay, I had to deal with their terribleness for so long. Don't even come at me with that. I was born in Oakland, grew up in Berkeley, and I've been a Warriors fan for a while. Anyways, you guys can get out of here. I don't even care what you guys have to say. I admit that this is going to be a rough one. Enough about those. We're back into Dota. Abaddon pick taken as the first phase overall for Team Veggies. And we do have another round in just a bit. So I'm thinking that, like, after that first game, if I'm Veggies, this is the point where I start doing some weird stuff. I don't think that they want to qualify. I really don't. I think that there's a little bit of trepidation there. If they do end up doing it, it means that it puts the rest of us in a little bit of a dead spot. So maybe this is the time where you try, like, Meepo. See if you can play a Meepo. See if you can play a Pugna in the mid lane, perhaps. That's the way to make it work. What else could we do? Like, what would be fun? Let me pull this up and see if there's a good, if there's a really good strategy. I mean, is there anything that's really been out there that, like, maybe you run an Enchantress, Hand of Midas, Agnums. That's it. Techies isn't in there, so we can't do a Techies.
Reserve time.
I'm going to be honest with you. The Abaddon Silencer sounds like it could be tryhard still. And if that is going to be the case, that would be really bad. I mean, it wouldn't be really bad like for other stuff. It'd be bad for them winning the actual game. God, are they actually going to qualify for regionals? What is going on? Oh, no. This is really, really bad. Oh, jeez. Who else do they have? They could try something fun like the Brewmaster and Invoker combo. I wouldn't mind that. Maybe it's just everybody play who you want to play, and then they ban out heroes they don't want to play against. They're going to ban out the Storm Spirit right now. Whreck while whistling. But
Dire team ban.
It could be good. The Life Stealer banned out as well. I'm just going to pretend as if this is a real game. And I think that it actually might be. I think they might be tryharding. So Warlock Sand King starts you off a ton of team fight potential. You've got heroes here that are going to always be a threat pretty much throughout the game. Fatal Bonds with Epicenter, with just some couple of the Flaming Fists from the Warlock Golems is going to eviscerate one. You take a look at what Veggies have. They have a good amount of sustain in the Abaddon, but we saw how weak that could be in the last game without, like, a really another strong... I mean, I guess it was a little bit weird because you had Medusa and you had Gyrocopter. So Medusa and Gyrocopter kind of need a little bit of defense in some way. You saw that Medusa solved that problem by going for defensive items. Meanwhile, Gyrocopter went for the more farming Agnum's build, and then he didn't have anybody to keep him alive in the fights. Granted, we didn't see what happened through the first couple of minutes, so it's not necessarily the case. Like, it could have also been just a bad laning phase that ended up putting him there. But whatever it ended up being, if they take a hero here that's really tanky, like a safe lane hero that can just kind of dominate, all right, they're going to run the Gyrocopter. Are they running their same draft against them? If they beat them with their same draft, That's like the ultimate in BM. What the hell? Okay.
Radiant
Clockwork
team
is going to get taken. So this is the problem, is that if you have a gyrocopter here, you're going to need somebody else to keep them alive against all of this damage, all of this control. You've got 2 BKB piercing disables already through Whreck while whistling, in the Clockwork and the Warlock.
10 seconds remaining.
Granted, Clockwork's maybe a little bit more difficult to get, but how are you going to keep this gyro alive?
5
Traditionally, the
seconds
answer would be
remaining.
something like a Dazzle, but can you really run a Dazzle when your other, you know, in quote, supporting
Reserve time.
cast, the Silencer and the Abaddon, don't have any stuns either? Like, they could just take a... Well, Weaver's already been banned, as has Storm, so maybe it would work. They could take another hero that doesn't depend upon disable. So you take something like a Timber Saw, maybe. That actually isn't even a great answer here either. Maybe you just take an Ursa, and then you just run at them. Set up the Octagon at the Pain Train.
Dire team pick.
OD taken. And this solves the problem. This is like the answer right here. You don't need to take a defensive support. You've got a defensive mid. God, and CCNC is just going to go crazy on this too. You need to be
10
careful about
seconds
the Blade
remaining.
Mail from Clockwork eventually. But
5 seconds
I don't know if it's the
remaining.
worst. I think that they'd still be fine.
Reserve time.
But I expect that Whreck while whistling is just going to run at them. I think that that's the answer. You fight, you get up in their face, you try and shut down that silencer first. Maybe some type of sort of like stealthy hero that can get in the back. They're actually going to go sniper instead?
Radiant team ban.
All right. Okay. So the big question, I guess it's not really a question. Derp Derp is going to be playing the Sand King, so you've got Clockwork in the off lane. Maybe he picks up boots and just
10
tries to roam mid and
seconds
kill
remaining.
off the OD if OD's astroing aggressively. Now they banned the Ursa.
Dire
I think that's
team
the right
ban.
decision. What else do we have? The 5th ban from Whreck while whistling.
10 seconds remaining.
I mean, to me it feels like it could be...
5 seconds remaining.
They just don't want to get split pushed, I guess. I mean, they banned out the Naga Siren with the Storm Spirit.
Reserve time.
It feels as if, like, Veggies are almost daring them to fight them. They banned the Disruptor.
Dire team pick.
They've got the high ground defense. They need to pull it all together here. I don't know. I mean, Lone Druid's still in the pool. They take the Jug instead.
Radiant team
Oh, wait,
pick.
Lone Druid's not in the pool. I'm talking about is the second one. All right, here we go. This is what I was hoping for. They wanted it, and they are going to get it. So we got Pudge as the last pick. I still think this is a really good draft. I'm not going to lie. This to me looks good from Veggies. I guess where they're going to lane it and how it all looks after the first couple minutes is going to be the big difference maker. But a last pick Pudge, 1 game away from qualifying for the regionals. And we'll see what they end up doing. So I'm assuming it's going to be an ABBA Pudge dual offlane? Or does Pudge just run around like an idiot? Is that the play? And Silencer can be your support down bottom
10
for the
seconds
gyro?
remaining.
They could just run... I think that that's okay.
5 seconds
Against the
remaining.
Clockwork, it's kind of awkward. I mean, you can hook them out of the cogs, too, which is another nice little piece of this. But let's see who it is that's playing each. So, you've got Franz on the Silencer. We've got Blitz playing the Pudge. Lovely Mr. Free. He's going to be playing on the Sniper. Layla Warlock. KVH Jug. Everything that we'd expect. Derp Derp is actually playing the Clockwork, so he's going to hand over the Sand King to him, and it looks like they're expecting the aggro try. Cap is heading towards the offlaner. They're looking to aggro try themselves. With Sand King up top, they'll be able to spot this in a second, I believe. The early ward placed down will spot out any rotations to kill the Sand King. You've got one ward placed over to the side here. And it looks like they are going to try and really heavily pressure Merlini. This could be a tough one. Like, it's not... I'm expecting some lane swaps, and Cap already has a TP, so yeah, they're prepared for this. But they need to be careful. They ping it out. They realize, oh my god, are they not going to spot him? All right, there's the time to run. Battery assault. Is it going to be enough, though? He's going to be under tower. Yeah, they can't go for it. And they might even just lane swap right away. He actually doesn't have any tangos, so doesn't want to have to burn the south. He takes the one that was pooled to him. And they're going to head off. Franz just giving them a couple little taps on the backside on their way out. But yeah, it's going to be hard for them to actually get this bounty rune and ensure it. And so you see that the Abaddon going to head up to the top one. They'll let Derp zone them out for the moment. But this is going to be a really tough lane. Like, Warlock is a hard hero to deal with in the laning stage. Meanwhile, you also have to always be worried about battery assault. Went for the boots first as well. It's probably going to be up when he gets level 3, though, that he really becomes a pain. I want to see what build Merlini does in this type of a lane with 2 melee. You could conceivably think about taking some into the missile. We've seen a couple of heroes do it, or a couple of players do it, but I'm not sure if it's great. And by and large, it feels like the main lane that's going to go well for them is going to be this top lane, if any lane happens to go well for them. But they just need to try and break even bottom. I feel like the laning stage is just going to heavily favor Whreck while whistling quite a bit. And they're not really getting much done over here. Could think about a pull if they wanted. I don't know. The big question mark is going to be how much does Merlini get out of this lane? The thing that's weird about this is they did just play against this like exact same draft. So, yeah. We'll see if they try and play this out just pretty consistently. They got the Aphotic Shield on him there. Cap thinking about getting aggro. Mid lane CC&C uses his Astral. You can see that there's a little bit of a contention right now for this bounty rune. Franz only has boots at this point, and meanwhile, the chase down on Merlini. Let's be a little bit careful. Does look like he might end up going down here. They've got that movement speed advantage with the boots, and no way out. They body block, trying to run away. They haven't actually been able to find a kill on him. A couple more right clicks, though, in the Shadow Word. That's enough for the first blood. Layla draws it. So definitely a good start there. Again, CC&C is going to be a bit of a pain in this mid lane, although, well, if Freak's able to get pretty aggressive here, they could just keep the pressure on. Not going for any points in those take aim, just taking the headshot. Wants to try and slow down that OD to the best of his abilities. But yeah, it's been a tough one in this lane for the Gyro. Currently 4-0 versus the 8-2 of the Juggernaut, and it doesn't feel like it's going to get a hell of a lot easier. Merlini does not have his patented Iron Talon that he always takes when he goes to the safe lane. So this game feels like it could become a lot harder before it gets easier. And I'm not sure really what he's trying to do. Can't really get the single pull off either because it's not going to amount to anything. As mid lane, oh, they get the hook. Nicely done, but they pull him inside of the cogs. They are maybe going to be able to find this kill. 1, 2 shots, they find it. Needs to go for the self-astral here. Doesn't get it off in time. Derp able to get a little bit of lucky RNG there with the battery assault. Franz now also in some trouble. The fatal bonds and that shot with the rocket flare is going to be enough to get the kill. So they take down 2. Double kill for Derp this early stage. He's got 1,000 gold. All right, why not? 1,000 golden boots. Let's do it. There's still this heavy contingent in the last hits you can see that's into the favor of Veggies. Like, Sniper has really gotten heavily hampered in this laning phase, and well, are they going to be able to find Blitz with another rocket flare? It doesn't look like they're going to try for it. He only has 1 level in it, so yeah, not enough there. Yeah, Merlini's just going for the tried and true, getting points in the flat cannon afterwards. No need for the missile. It's not great. Like, you could have maybe used it against Layla continuously, but KVH could spin to take it off anyways. Yeah, the big problem for Veggies is probably going to be the gyrocopter getting the farm that he needs, and then on the other side of the docket, the big problem is probably going to be the sniper. Like, he can sort of fight to get himself back into this game, but considering this is traditionally thought of as a counter pick, a little bit nuts how not well this has gone for him. Meanwhile, Blitz here wants to be able to find a kill, doesn't quite get it in time. Hasn't been great for him. You can see the levels-wise, it's the two supports right now of Veggies who are hurting for levels. And he does actually go back for one now, as I miss a kill up in the top lane. Capitalist ends up going down as well. So across the board, 5-1 start, and this is... I'm not sure, like, after the dominance they displayed in the last one, it's definitely a very different look. Oh, they wanted to go for that, just out of range of the Astral. But also Derp is here. And they've got him. They're pulling him back in. There's the catch. Right click's coming in. They don't have any way out of it. They're going to use that to secure the kill. Does not have any raindrops, so won't be able to get out of there. Blitz ends up falling, and oh no. CCNC again in trouble. Ends up going down. That's one of those moments, too, where if instead of going for the Astral, you go for the last right click to kill off the sniper, you maybe are able to use the Astral to save yourself from the clockwork. So a little bit unfortunate there from them. Yeah.
Radiant's middle tower
Looks like Blitz is going to keep trying to move up here top and see if they can find more kills. 2017 might be in trouble. They just off the mark. That does signal to him that something is up, and he is going to run into the Pudge. Goes for the rune, and we'll see if Blitz is able to hit a hook here. Is going for the dodge. Ends up hitting him nonetheless. If he didn't dodge right there and just walked away, I think that he lives, but now getting chased down by the clockwork wasn't quite in range, Capitalist, to save his life, unfortunately. So a 1-for-1 exchange. 3-8 is going to be the score.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And also, like, the other thing is Jug is really good against Gyro. They use the sniper ult in the mid lane, bringing down CCNC a little bit, but now they're going to chase down Merlini. Shadow Word on top of him, as well as the Blade Fury, and that's more than enough for the kill. KBH picks up another, and he has had a hell of a game so far. Net worth 2,000 gold into the favor of Wheel, 1,500 experience. Trying to go in for another hook here. They do not have vision of Pudge, but they realize where he's at. Those pings come out, and there's the Burrow Strike. Try to pull him back in. Off to the side, CCNC going to be able to Astral himself. There's TPs that are coming in. Can they keep them alive, though? A Photic Shield on top of CCNC. He's alive for the moment, but the epicenter is going to be huge. Capitalist maybe can turn this back around and at least find the kill on Sand King, but no, it's not going to be there. They lose 2 in the mid lane, 3-11. Yeah, this is quite rough right now. I mean, the CS looks okay when you're taking a look there, but this clockwork has just been everywhere. 5-0-3 on Derp. And already Tranquil Boots, a good way towards that Blade Mail as well. And I mean, these are heroes that, like, Blade Mail just destroys them early. You don't have the hook shot here, but Merlini needs to think quick. Not going to be able to get out of this one. Another kill coming in shortly. Drops the call down. Not nearly enough. And all the hopes and dreams really resting on kind of like the Abaddon and the OD. They're not incredibly far behind, but if these types of things continue to happen in this way, just Omni Slash is used underneath the Tier 1 towers, the continuous kills. I mean, there's been 16 kills in 8 minutes. It's just that type of game. And very hard to get into range for Astral against this sniper. God, Derp is so farmed. Oh, smoke play. Where are they going? And are they going to run into anybody? Doesn't look like they're going to find the clockwork there. They might be able to chase down this sniper, and actually, Clockwork, he is going to break the smoke, so they realize what's going on. They're going to head up towards the top, and That immediately stops the gank from happening. They still will be able to do a lot of damage to this tower, maybe even take it down. But the kill does not come with it. And they're actually staying outside the shrapnel now as well. It's just enough to pull the creep wave past, so it's not as easy to take. Meanwhile, the top tower is going down as well. See in the bottom lane, Gyro just trying to get whatever farm he can against a Juggernaut that scares the bejesus out of him. Derp not quite able to find that hook shot either, and trying to run away now. Merlini in some trouble. Blade Mail is there. They need to kill off these cogs as quick as can be. Getting body blocked by the creeps. Oh no, and he goes down again. Gyrocopter, this is the problem. Like, you don't have that other defensive support. It's so hard to deal with. Multi-pop now for Cap. And they're on top of him. Epicenter, yeah, from bad to worse. Oh, maybe he can get the deny. Well, the Photic Shield still staying alive here. Where are the TPs? Hello, team? Capitalist is just going to be able to walk away from that one. He barely stays alive as the Caustic is going to proc. Sand King not wanting to finish the job. Probably a good decision since the TPs were coming in.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Well, almost phase boots online. That's the type of game it's been for the Gyrocopter, unfortunately. And pings come out, they realize exactly where Blitz is. Maybe eventually they're going to realize that this ward is up here as well. They've just had vision the entire game, basically. Derp is there. Hopping that. Again, level 7. They hook him out of it. But the hook shot to follow is going to be doing the Fatal Bonds as well. Drops the Global Silence. Blitz does have another hook in 2 seconds. They drop the Chaotic Offering. Franz so low is going to be able to walk away, though. So that's a wasted Chaotic Offering at this point. Could be an opening in the next couple of minutes, but this whole time you still got KVH pushing the bottom lane. Currently sitting almost on a Yasha on top of his Aquila. The TP coming in now from CCNC. That'll stop the Juggernaut from going, but it sort of opens the floodgates now to the rest of Wheel to wrap around onto this Abaddon. Ulti is there for him. He's trying to hold on to the best of his abilities. Burrow Strike off the mark, and I don't know if they're going to actually be able to kill him. He can just hit these cogs probably, or maybe even try and take down Derp himself. Turns, has his Miscoil available as well as an Aphotic Shield. Burrow Strike connects onto 2. Franz in trouble. Cap is down. Oh, wow. And that's another one going their way. Double for him. This game feels very over. Jeez. Like, you still have things, sort of. Eventually, the Sanity's Eclipse is going to be good, and this isn't a ton of heroes that have, like, great int gain to deal with the pressure that's going to be coming, but now the hook shot in on top of 2. Omni Slash as well. Merlini's gone. Blitz is gone. Everybody out of there in an instant. This is super done. I mean, if you're a team that's playing for fun, though, then there's no reason to stop now. You got the Helm of the Dominator OD. Just wants the last hit on the tower. Please give it to me. This is all I need in my world. And he will take the tower. Gives a polite owned as well. Jesus Cristo. Saying good.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
The net worth lead 10,000 at 12 minutes. And again, I think that this is one of those drafts that they were not expecting to, I don't know, I don't want to take anything away at this point from the side of Whreck while whistling either. Like, this is definitely a team that's trying hard to get here. I don't want to say that this was a throw or anything, but it might have been a throw. Who knows? Blink Dagger on Sand King. Capitalist. Well, they spot him out. There's the Burrow Strike. And this should be another kill, I'm assuming. He doesn't have any way out of this one. Maybe just the maximum amount of space created is the way to go with this. It's going to be back up to full soon. Turns to fight. But yeah, it was never meant to be. So are we going to get to the meme? Is it going to happen? And if it does, will they just GG out then? That's the other question. Derp Derp. Looking, not finding yet. They get a stomp onto him. Burrow strike there onto CC&C. Global silence. They want to turn. They want to fight. They have the Astral, but actually, no, they don't want to turn and fight. They just want to get the heck out of there. They've been able to find one. All right. Sniper in some trouble. Are we going to do it? No, the glitch. Oh, no, it's gone wrong. They end up being able to find the kill onto one. Franz was the one that picked it up, and now the epicenter. Oh, wow. And we were so close to greatness, but it didn't end up happening. Silencer buys back, wants to run after him again. They are going to have another Burrow strike, but, well, with the 2 stick charges, they might have been able to find it. Slowed up, Arcane Curse, Cap looking to chase. But they have to call it off. They ruined the dream. All right, Burrow there. That is going to be ulti popped for ABBA. Still a hook shot here if they wanted to try and do it. Nicely done by 2017. There's no way he did not know that was coming. There was very clear as to what was going to happen. And Merlini runs into an SK here. He drops the homing missile as well. 2 points in it currently. They're going to try and chase this. You do also have Derp Derp in the middle of everybody. And they're going to pop the shrine from this. Everybody running into Cogs for a moment. But it looks like the Sand King just going to be caught over there. They don't quite get the hook shot out. And a kill. It goes their way. All right, how are we looking on net worth? It's 10,000. It stayed static there. Almost 7,500 experience. You can see that there's like a plan in place. Let's go up here. Let's try and take this tower. Let's save our dignity. Let's make it happen. There's still one more game to play at the end of this as well. It's the other thing to keep in mind. Juggernaut is going to back away from his own jungle. Does not want to get caught out. Going back for the Scotty, it looks like. And, oh, actually, excuse me, Manta style. Of course, makes a lot more sense.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
So he'll be able to deal with the global. Top tower does go down. You can see the vision right now. Will Wreck while whistling just sees everything that's happening.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Meanwhile,
under attack.
Veggie's much more subdued in their amount of farm. And this was the way that game number 1 ended up looking, except reverse. So, I don't know. I'm curious to see what happens in game number 3. I really don't expect them to be able to come back from this. Like, there's still ways into it, but it seems hard to imagine. Sand King? Well, they spot him. Oh, hook shot. Oh, they hook out Derp Derp. Okay. Well, who got who? That's the real question now. They might end up being able to get both of them. Global comes out. They just want to escape, but while they jump out, Merlini and CC, or Capitalist and CC&C jump in. So they save their Gyro. They save their OD. He's going for the Aghanim Scepter as well, because that's a thing. And, well, Dota 2 is going to continue to be a very silly game, at least on this one. The question is, like, when is it that you see Dire feel comfortable going high ground? They've got Maelstrom almost there for the sniper. I guess that if you're Veggies, you can keep just like throwing yourself at them. It doesn't really matter all that much. But, I mean, certainly everybody standing together under the ward is not helping. They do drop a sentry, but they don't have vision up on the high ground, so that's just going to stay there. Well, the next item for the Juggernaut, it looks like, is going to be the Maelstrom as well. I guess conceivably, if you're Veggies and you're able to hold high ground and you take like 1 or 2 big fights, the thing that's rough about it is I don't even I don't think that their heroes do well against what Whreck while whistling have late game. Because you've got a Midas Warlock still that you have to deal with. Sand King is never really going to fall off. You got a Midas Clockwork. What? I'm surprised he didn't go this first. I really like the Blade Mail pickup. I think that it helped to ensure that early game. But considering how great of a start he had. Oh, that's sad. Yeah, considering how great of a start he had, it definitely feels like he could have gone for it if he wanted to. I think there were a couple tweets today, too, from some pro players saying that Midas is the most game-losing item nowadays. So, you never know. They have found CC&C. And with everybody rotating in, all right, he has a Force Staff so he can get out of Cogs. He has to save it for Derp Derp. Still pretty hard to deal with. There's going to be the Astral. Force Staff forward. Still slowed again. Global Silence comes out. He's going to continue to take those damage. Derp Derp looking for the initiation and... Oh, no, 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 no. They do end up finding the kill, but yeah, that one hurts. I mean, all right, whatever. It doesn't end up mattering. Sometimes those are the hardest. As, well, Cap is just going to back out now.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Oh, jeez.
Radiant's top tower
Oh, that
has
tickled
fallen.
me. It's okay, man. It happens. All right. 5-25. And they're going to head back over. Roshan probably soon on the menu. And KBH in the meantime. I will say, all right, okay. Nope, not going to get anything. I will say that, like, I don't think there's any bad blood between these teams at all. The Raffle there from CC&C, I don't think that there's anything there to be upset about, really. These are all players, I'm assuming, that know each other, at least to some extent. Like, if you're an NA and you play in high-level pubs, you're going to meet each other. Definitely. In the meantime, though, like, they're hanging on to a hope. They're living on a prayer. I'm curious to see what Clockwork goes for like after his Aghanims. I don't know if we're actually going to get to that point, but conceivably the idea here is you go Force Staff, you go to Aghanims after that. CC&C doesn't want to be here anymore, so he's hanging out over to the side. Meanwhile, Blitz is stuck.
This will come in handy.
How did he get here? Where is he? I don't know how he got. I guess, was he Force Staffed by somebody? Well, in the meantime, Clockwork goes in on a Merlini. And this should be a kill. Burrow Strike. Yeah, they got him. There is still Fatal Bonds that's going. They're taking a lot of damage. They don't want to pop the Shrine yet if they can avoid it. But KVH is just such a monster right now. He actually doesn't... Oh, you know what? He didn't have Manta there, and he would have been silenced for a second. So the hook back in. They're able to get the global now down on Derp Derp, who tanked the hook for KVH. So that does mean that... I mean, that would have been a really good play right there. They get the Astral into the hook. Oh, just off the mark again. Not quite able to pull back in that Warlock. Epi looking for it. Caught there onto the OD, the Burrow Strike to follow. They hook him away. There is going to be a nice counterplay. Two caught right now into the Cogs. The Omni Slash down. This is going to be OD coming out of it after the fact, at least for the moment. The Aphotic Shield trying to keep him alive. The Shrine working its wonders, and he does have Sanity's Eclipse. Not a ton of info. That's the big problem that you got here. So they managed to hold for the moment. That was Epicenter down as well. Oh, God, CC&C. No, he's going to drop. He gets Force Staffed away, but it doesn't matter. The Fatal Bonds onto 4. It's more than enough damage. This is pretty damn close to the end. Although in the spirit of never give up, never surrender, Veggie's standing tall until they don't. They pull back in one. They've got 2017. Yeah, he picked up another. -2. And the deny. Okay. Still a barracks down. Take a look at that. I mean, this was only 1v1. Yeah, all right, they call it GG. So that's going to be it. 7-30. They're calling it. XDs abound. It's wonderful. We're going to be heading into game number 3 in just a little bit to decide the final NA qualifying spot for today, at least. We still got one more set of qualifiers that's going to continue tomorrow. But I've been Lyrical, your broadcaster. Hopefully my co-caster will be able to join me through this next one. And if not, we're just going to stay tall, stay strong, and make it work. See you guys in just a few with game number 3.